Most beginners get stuck when connecting PostgreSQL to Django, not because of Django, but because of pgAdmin confusion. In this video, I will show you exactly what you need to do in pgAdmin and how to connect it to Django step by step without skipping anything. So in this video, you will learn, do you really need to create a new server in pgAdmin or not, how to create a database and user correctly, and finally, how to connect PostgreSQL to Django without errors. This tutorial is perfect for beginners, and by the end of this video, our Django project will be fully connected to the PostgreSQL. So let's get started. Here consider I have a working Django project here, and for this Django project I'm using the SQLite. So we're gonna migrating from this SQLite to the PostgreSQL. So let me run this Django project here, and I'm storing all the data in this SQLite database. You consider if you go to the settings.py, consider I'm using the SQLite as a backend. So let me run this Python script now. So Python main.py run server. Let me show you the quick demo of this project. And for all the database user records and all the things, I'm storing all the details in this DB file here. Consider here I have a SQLite DB file, right? I'm storing all the things in this DB file. But in this video, we're gonna say how to migrate from this SQLite DB to the PostgreSQL. So consider the Django server has been successfully started. Let me open up the Django server. Consider this is just a basic LMS platform. If you want the source code of this project, I will provide the link in the description. You can check that out. You consider your door to opportunity. Here we have an internship. Consider below that we have one course here. So if you click on this course, it will redirect to the login page. Here you can also create your account by clicking on sign up. You can enter your username and you can enter your email and password. All the things are stored in the SQLite database, not in the PostgreSQL. So let me fill the email ID and password here, and I'm going to click on sign up. So consider that data will be stored in the SQLite, and let's try to log in using the same credentials that we have used for the sign up. So I'm going to enter the password, and for the email, let me enter the email that I have used for the sign up. Let me click on login now. Consider our account has been successfully logged in, and what you have here in this validity, consider here I have a profile here. Let me go to account. And you can update your first name and last name, and finally if you want to change the password, you can change the password here and click on update profile. Consider our profile has been successfully updated. You can go to enroll courses if you want. You can go to my courses. Currently we don't have any courses, right? So let me go to feature course and click on this course to consider Python programming from beginner to the advanced in one course. I'm gonna click on enroll. Consider now the course has been successfully enrolled. Consider this is our course that we have enrolled. Let me click on this course. Currently this is in the development stage, but yeah, you get the idea, right? All the database for the things that we have displayed here is stored in the SQLite. So we're gonna say how to migrate from the SQLite to the PostgreSQL. As usual, we need the PostgreSQLite. So consider if you type the pgAdmin in the start bar, you consider I have a pgAdmin. Let me open up this pgAdmin now. So if you don't have the pgAdmin, what you need to do is you need to download PostgreSQL. So just open up a new tab and type PostgreSQL download. Depending on your operating system, you need to download accordingly. So let me open up this URL here. And if you scroll down, it is available for all the things. You consider it is available up to version 18. Let me click on download the installer. Here, depending on your operating system, you can download it for Linux, Mac OS or Windows. So once you have installed it, you should have pgAdmin. You consider this the pgAdmin. Let me open this pgAdmin now. So pgAdmin will provide the interface for us that we can use to interact with the PostgreSQL. So while it is opening, we need to install a Python library so that we can interact with the PostgreSQL. So just type pip install psychopg2. I hope it is the psychopg2 -binary. So this is the library that we need. So make sure you install it. You consider requirement already satisfied. Then let me close this terminal now. Here you consider this is the interface of the pgAdmin. So when you installing the PostgreSQL, it will ask you to enter your password for the PostgreSQL server. Make sure you type the password here. Let me type the password now. Consider the PostgreSQL server has been successfully connected. And this is the interface. And on the left hand side, you have your option called the servers. If you expand that, consider it will list all the database that we have. Currently, I have 3 database that I have created earlier. When you install the first time, you won't have anything. But I will show you the demo here. You consider I have a sample database here. Let me expand this database. And below that, if you expand the schemas, and under the schemas, you have the tables. You have all the tables. Consider here we have the tables, and I have one users tables. If you want to view the data, just right click on users table and click on view. Here you can view all rows, or you can view first 100 rows. So I'm gonna select all rows. It will display all the data from the users table. And similarly, you can perform other operation as well. So let me close this. Let's create a new database for our Django project. For that, just select the database and right click on create a new database. So here you can give a name for your database and you can select the owner. So by default, the owner will be the PostgreSQL user. But if you want to change this, we can create a new user as well. For that, let me close this. I'm going to close this. I'm going to create a new user. Then I will create a database. You can see an option called the login/group user. Click on that and right click and click on create. You can say login/group role. Click on that. Give a name for your user. I'm going to type my name, Kumaresan. And if you go to the privileges, you can set the privileges now. I'm going to give this user a super user and can log in as well. And let's go to the definition. And before that, this username, I'm going to change this username to Django user. This is our user. And let's go to the definition and let's give you a password for this user. So I'm going to type a password here. Make sure you type the password and you remember it. This is very important. And it says, so you consider it says, please note that if you leave this field blank, then the password will never expire. So if you want to give a upon expire, you can give that, but I will leave this as default. And I'm going to click on save. Here you can see we have successfully created a new user. Now using this user, we can create a new database. Now let's go to the database. Just right click and click on create and click on database. Here you can give your name for your database and let's go to the owner and we're gonna choose this. You can say this is our user that we have created now. Now this user is the owner of the database. Now give your name for your database. I'm gonna give this is our database name, or simply we can give Django Kumaresan. So this is our database name. And if you go to security and go to definition, so you don't need to do anything here, just click on save now. Now we have successfully created a database in the PostgreSQL, right? Now let's see how to connect this database to the Django project. And if you go to schemas and under the table, we don't have any tables, right? But when we connect it to the Django, you will see in a minute. So let me go to the Visual Studio Code and you can see I have opened up the settings.py file here. Make sure you open up the settings.py file and consider you need to edit this dictionary here, databases. You should find this dictionary in the settings.py. So before that, let me stop the Django server and let's modify this databases or key here. So the default will be we are using the SQLite. So instead of using the SQLite, we're going to use the PostgreSQL. So let me change the backend engine to PostgreSQL. This will be PostgreSQL and the name will be, make sure you type the filing correctly, and the name will be, this will be our database name. Consider this is the name that we have to type. Our database name is Django Kumaresan. So we need to type Django Kumaresan and let's go to the Visual Studio Code again and let's type Django Kumaresan. And then this is our name. Then we need to type user. Let's type the user now. The user will be Django user, I think. Let me expand this login/group role. You can say the user is Django user. Let's type the user name here, Django user. Then we need to type password field. So make sure you type the password. So let me type the password now. This is the password that I have set earlier. And then you need to type host. Since it is running local, right? We're gonna simply type localhost and the port number. By default, the port number will be 5432. And if you want to check the port number here, you can check this in the pgAdmin as well. If you go to pgAdmin, just right click on server now. So let me click on server and click on properties. Not this one. So let me post this. Just right click on this PostgreSQL server. So let's select this, go to properties and go to connection tab. You can see that it says port number is 5432. So this is the port number that we need to type here in this config here. And that's it. Now we have done everything correctly and we need to migrate it. To migrate it, just type python manage.py migrate and press enter. If everything goes well, you should get a okay message. You consider all the things we got okay message. Now if we go to the PostgreSQL, let me go to the pgAdmin now and let me expand the database here. You should have many tables created by default using by the Django. If you expand the tables, So currently we don't have any. For that, what we need to do is we need to restart the pgAdmin. Let me go close the pgAdmin now, and so let me open up the pgAdmin again. While it is opening, let me start the Django server now. Python manage.py, run server, and press enter. To consider our Django server has been successfully started because we have successfully connected it to the PostgreSQL. Let me open up the Django server now. Now it works perfectly fine. We have successfully connected it to the PostgreSQL, and we don't have any courses because we have migrated from the SQLi to the PostgreSQL, right? That's why we don't have any courses here. So let me open up the pgAdmin now, and let me type the password here. I'm gonna save this password now, and I'm gonna click on OK. So let me maximize this tab. Now if you expand the servers and let me go to the tables, you consider now we have all the tables created by the Django. So if you got all the tables here, that means you have successfully connected the PostgreSQL to the Django. You consider you can view all the tables data as well. So let me right click on the auth user table. So I'm gonna right click on this table, and I'm gonna click on view/edit data. I'm gonna see all the rows. Currently we don't have any row here. So this is the column names. We don't have any row. So I'm gonna create some user now. For that, what I will do is I will go to the consider here. We have all other tables that we have in the SQLite. We will have all the tables here in this PostgreSQL as well. And let's go to the browser, and I'm gonna try to log in. I'm gonna create a new user now. For that, what I will do is I will go to the admin page now. So /admin. So let me try to use the default password for the admin. So the username will be admin and the password will be admin. I think we don't have any admin user, right? So let's try to create the admin user. For that, let me stop the Django server and let me clear the screen. To create a super user, we need to type python manage.py create super admin and press enter. So we get a error. So the command will be create super user. It is asking us a username. So let me type my username, and let's also type the email field as well, and let's enter the password, and let me retype the password again and press enter. So let me press Y. Our super user has been successfully created. Let me start the Django server again, and let me go to the Django admin now. So let me go to the admin page now. Let me go to admin/admin, and let me type the username, and let's also type the password, and I'm gonna click on login. Consider now we have successfully login, right? What I will do is I will go to PostgreSQL to check the username. So let me right click on auth user, and I'm gonna click on view data, and I'm gonna view all the rows. Consider now we have successfully got the data here. So this is the password field. We have asked the password field, and we consider super user is true and username is Kumaresan. And let's try to, and this is our email. Let's try to add the first name and last name. Further, let's go to admin page, and if you scroll down, here we have the users. Let me click on that, and consider we have one user. Let me select that user, and let's enter the first name and last name, and let's go to the bottom, and I'm gonna click on save. So let's go to the pgAdmin, and let's check this if we got these changes or not. So I'm gonna right click on auth user, I'm gonna view data, and so consider now the first name and last name has been successfully updated here. So this is how you migrate from SQLi to the PostgreSQL, and this is how you connect the PostgreSQL database to the Django without any errors. So yeah, this is for this video, and I will continue in the next one.